Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Titleless Musings, and today I have a brand new K-pop journal with me for you. Now, today's subject is the ASEA Awards that Enhypen just won 3 different awards at. Very proud. I was going to make a physical journal spread about this, but my printer is just not working. So we are back in the digital K-pop journal today. I've sped things up a little bit because it takes me a very long time to draw straight lines, but we are making a spread to commemorate it. So this obviously is not exactly what I would have done in the physical journal. With the physical journal, there are a lot of limitations, such as I can't write on my pictures unless I were to print them out on just regular paper. But obviously on photo paper, the drawing would just slide away. So there are definitely some things in digital, I almost said physical, the digital K-pop journal that I can't replicate in reality. So I thought that this was kind of a nice alternate way of doing things. So, as I said, this is about their awards. I was so very proud. I was just like watching it. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so happy. I also loved the performance. Okay, Big Girls Don't Cry. Literally, it never ever loses the spark for me. Okay, ever since I first heard it on Sin Vanish, and then every time up from that point, I love seeing Big Girls Don't Cry performed live. But I also have really grown on No Way Back. I liked it originally. It's not that I didn't like it, but I really like the new blend between Jay and Jake on the bridge part. I just think that their voices really complement each other. It's been interesting, kind of listening to the, the changes, I guess, since Heesung left, because there's just a lot of member vocals that I didn't realize I was missing. So Jake is a great example. I don't think Jake gets enough lines, but I also wouldn't necessarily have said that up until this point. I think that finally getting to hear some of the vocals of them that maybe, like even Sunu's high notes have been just astonishing, and we just didn't hear them before. So obviously, that's not a knock at all against Heesung. Heesung is great. I still hear all the original tracks in my head, but it's been really nice to hear other member voices and appreciate the members that, like I said, maybe I wouldn't have necessarily appreciated vocally. So like I said, Jake is a great example where I was a Jake bias when I first came into the group, but it's not that I ever didn't think of him vocally, but it's just more I took for granted the sections that he had, and now hearing him kind of get some like vocal ranges he may not have done before, I think is great. So I have been loving the performances. I did watch all the fan cams for Blood Saga. I did watch the first night all the way through, and it was so good. I am thinking, obviously I'm in the US, so it didn't make sense for me to buy one of the Weavers tickets to watch it live because it would have been like 3 in the morning. But I am thinking that when they come to the US, I may pick up a Weavers ticket for one of the shows, because then like that time zone is much easier to accommodate. I'm obviously not going to be seeing them in person. Even if they were coming anywhere near me, I just couldn't afford it right now. But we still hope. We hold out hope. I'm also disappointed though because Cat's Eye just announced their tour, and they're not coming anywhere near me, and I'm very sad. I am so sad, really. I'm just begging. And also Olivia Rodrigo. Oh my god, I've been listening to Drop Dead like crazy, and I saw hers, and she's not coming anywhere near me. So I'm just like, what in the world? What in the world? Um, I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that. I know that I'm very privileged in saying that, being a US fan compared to like Enhypen in Canada. I cannot believe that we're not getting Enhypen in Canada. I saw a bunch of Canadian fans talking about that, and I completely agree. Obviously, I wouldn't drive up to go see in Canada, but it does surprise me that we're finally getting South American shows, but we're not getting anything in Canada. So yeah, that's kind of my rant on the entertainment industry. Like I said, this spread that I made, it's a little more simple than I usually do my iPad spreads. I usually, use the software to its max. The app is Noteful, if you were wondering. I've talked about it before, I'm not going to talk about it again. It's a good app, I like it. It is a one-time payment. That's up to you if you want to do that. I use this for everything. I use this for my reading journal mostly, and it has been well worth the $6 I paid for it. But yeah, I'm just kind of going through here and adding some last photos. I love that shot of Jae and Sunghoon. Jae and Sunghoon have actually really grown on me. The videos that they were doing where they were, like, they did the kimchi with the grandmas, and Sunghoon accidentally insulted somebody who's almost bald. Crazy times to be an engine right now. But yeah, we are starting to come to the end of the spread. I've just kind of laid it out, so I've got the awards section and then a note on the performances. I was going to include that they did Knife Encore, but I already had Knife there, and I was just not going to write it again. So we know in our hearts that Knife had an encore, but I didn't put it on the spread. And yeah, that is the end of the spread. I hope you didn't mind this little switch into the digital journal. I had a lot of fun making it. I do love my iPad journal, and I don't do this enough. But yeah, if you did enjoy, please do remember to like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel. I'm just adding a couple last minute things here, but I think that this spread came together really well, and I'm really happy with it. So thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you next time.